Immaculate Conception method. Let's see. I think I could be wrong. No. Time played. I'm gonna have to. Let's try that one again and see if it works. I got to be more careful when it gets close to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still stupid weather events. Once I get past it once it links up correctly with the next weather event, it's fine, but that has issues. So this will work with the previous version of Seasons without the weather event Lua issues. But it doesn't have the nice stats and stuff that this one will have when they get it bug free. They're born pregnant. Yep. They're actually the way all the animals in Seasons don't, most of them do not require the male, even though people think they do. The chickens do. They require a rooster. But according to what I was reading, the rest of the animals, it's done by artificial insemination. You just imagine somebody coming along and yeah,
Okay.
doing what they have to do to. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Chickens in this game. I think you gotta have the chickens to produce eggs. Yeah, the veterinarian. The veterinarian comes along. All right, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can crash this again. One more time. Purchase. My duck enclosure. Oh, let's put it way down over there. I'll save it before I fast forward this time. Might help, so I don't have to do the setup until I get the season's weather correct. I'm gonna put it right here in the grass. I did it again. I clicked on the wrong place. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Close enough. Somewhere around there. Let's purchase my vehicles. And 2 of these. And the water trailer. Wheat. Once I get it all set up, before I fast forward, remind me to save so we don't have this issue again. With our season's weather, at some point the weather gets reset. Let's see. F11. Oh, there it was. Yep, the adult male duck is called the drake. I was gonna do it, but I don't have a model for the drake separately, and it's also an extra field type. So there are reasons we're gonna be pushing field type limits later on, I'm sure. And it's not necessary to have it. So I eliminated him. I killed him.
You killed him.
I killed the drake. I didn't like the fact that he didn't have his own skin. He needed to have like a birthday hat or something on to let us know he was the drake.
So he wasn't in his birthday suit?
Yeah, right, exactly. Get their pond water in there. And it kind of can see it. It fills up pretty quick because it only takes a little bit of water, but here we go. Boop. There, water is in. We'll keep the water close by because they go through water. Alright, save. I don't want to go through all them steps again if we crash on the seasons load. Alright. Checking out animals. Like I said, all 0.3 pounds. We've got enough animals. We've got 31 in the duck enclosure of all different varieties. And they got their food that they need for a year, so it says. However, let's go fast forward. There's some eggs already in. They start producing a little bit quicker in seasons. Even though they're newborns. Don't ask me how, I can't control that, but that's okay. And we also have different settings for each breed, so depending on what breed you have, I'm gonna try to stop it before we cross over to midnight and go a lot slower into it. 22, 23. All right. It froze again. It does not like midnight. The season's weather event handler, Lua, just kicked it off again. I saved it.
Maybe you should stop at midnight, let it click through midnight, and then start up again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it has anything to do with midnight other than, yeah, well, obviously. We got to get through the first day. It's all in that weather handler. It crashes the game. All right. Try it again. Sometimes you get lucky. Wonder if we could reset that somehow.
Yeah, I never fast forward right now. I didn't in the last 2 nights. I haven't.
Once it gets through the first one and it can actually make that link up, you don't have any problem for the rest of them. So it's just getting it past day 1, which sometimes takes a few loads. I should have saved that game earlier that I was doing all the testing, but all my ducks were old. I wanted to give you an idea of how it works. I'm also going to save a lot closer to midnight before we throw that error this time too. It could be the user. Yeah. So, but imagine trying to work on something new and having the game crash and then finding out that it wasn't even what you were doing. That gets confusing. That causes the crash. It's the new version. That black Duramax followed. Will I add goose and goat? Well, geese, I have to see if we can convert the animations over from last year. Goat, well, that's what we might be working on later if we can get past the ducks. There's my pond. Alright, let's get it close to midnight before we go through. This time around. And then we'll save. Save it 2300 hours. Okay, I'm saving the game right here. Just because. It'll crash.
If you don't.
It'll probably crash again, even if it do. I'm gonna just go.
It'll crash even if you go through 12.
I'm gonna go right to 23. Yeah, it might. We'll see. I'm gonna get it 120 speed up to just before 12, and then crank it back down before midnight. Alright, we're gonna let it roll through. Let's see how that. See? Can I save it right there? Because it's throwing that weather lure.
You can try to save it. I doubt it will.
I just did before. See, game saves successfully. Because it's gonna knock it right off at midnight because of that weather.
Yep.
But we'll cross it into the next day and then see what happens. If it goes 1 minute. Wow, 1 minute goes so long when you're... It might be frozen. Well, I'm not frozen. There. See that? As soon as we hit midnight, boom. We're walking sideways. So, we saved it perfectly. Maybe it will actually work through this time. X-Man subscribing again. 10 month streak. Woo! 10 months. Have you been around that long?
It's been
I know it.
It was on that other service first.
Yep, that's true. Yes, I did get the whisper, but it will not work on the on your double pallets there. But it will not work on the animal enclosures. I've tried everything. And I just think it's because it's not built into both the Giants menu to have a second pallet. Even just adding it in, you only ever see one. I just don't think it's in the visual. I don't think
Farm Wrangler, because they've changed the way they do animals. The newest version that'll come out for seasons has changed the animals.
Yes, you should always test with the latest stable version of seasons.
Well, we should, but they actually changed it.
But they made a lot of changes, and I want to make sure that it works. Now, here's the thing. Testing with this version was kind of necessary because it shows more stats, and it was much better for the me to narrow stuff down. Thank you, Road Dog, for the sub. Thank you so much for that. Tier 2 sub. So I wanted to test because it gave me the birth years better. It gave me the weights better on the ducks, so I could really see what was going behind the scenes. And literally, it is just that weather change thing. Once it gets past it once, we're good for the rest of the whole thing. It has to somehow get linked. The link gets set back to the correct weather. and then once we're there, and it might be good here. Once we get there without the weather Lua error, then we're good to go for the rest of the game. It's just the way when a game is first created.
I never even knew about it, and I've been using it for days.
Mm-hmm. The weather event, it can't link it up, so they're not creating an initial startup in the new version or something for the weather events. Or you won't get the regular Pleasant Valley to download from Trello because the Trello board has been discontinued.
I'm putting the site up now.
And you got to go to www.pvmods.com. That's where all the downloads will be. It hasn't been taken down yet, but if you haven't been over to pvmods.com website, you're way behind. So go over there. I'm just walking because I want to see what happens when we cross through midnight. If we start lagging, or is it going to fix itself now? I'm going regular speed, not fast forwarding, and there it hit it again.
Oh, it didn't. Ah, jeez.
Isn't that something? Might be just starting a new save game till it gets fixed. It will not index that new event. Yeah, the weather event handler, Lua.
It's that same error.
Yep. I get it eventually.
X-Men, I sent you a message.
This time I'm gonna get it through the day before I put all the ducks down. You're always behind.
Oh, seriously? You got that to actually work?
Yeah.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Thank you, Road Dog, for the
It
compliment.
holds less, though.
Yeah, but that's fine.
What you got for us?
Nothing yet.
I know what he was working on.
Yeah, I know, but you don't know what it's for.
No, I do not. I'm gonna try another save game and get it through midnight without the darn ducks in it the first day. We just gotta get past the weather.
Does it work like the 17 one?
What do you mean?
There was one for 17 that could unload like that.
Oh, yeah, it's got an autoload in it.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, when you're booting up, you might not get the error. That would be the nicest thing. If it actually boots up without the error, setting up a season's game, then you should know you're all set. You called on the second palette from within the original XML. Yes, I did. A second. Have you done it, Juice? On an animal pen? We'll see. So far I didn't get the season's weather handler Lua errors that pop up at the beginning of a starting save game. So maybe it's just when you first create the save game that if it gets through it and it hooks it up right, you're okay.
Yeah, the season's mod in 19 I think is better than 17. I didn't like the one in 17.
We're working on it. You had it working before the update. I haven't tried before the update, but I am not able to get it to work whatsoever. So I didn't get any error yet. There we go. Errors. Last event in queue. match start and queue, start and end times, and you get a silly seasons error booting up. But somehow we get it fixed. And when I get past it, then we can test.
He just doesn't want to clear out the weather and start over, does he?
That's what I'm hoping it does. It does not attach to the last event in the queue. My guess is that there is no event in the queue. Or there... Yeah, I don't know why it would be doing that. I have no clue. I don't know enough about the seasons. Can I reset the weather in my seasons file?
I don't know.
But that's what it is. It's always doing that. And then it will lock up, but eventually I get through it. And it doesn't become an issue. Alright, so we just changed weather events clearly right there. I think this time, I think if maybe if it's the next weather event is rain or something, it's having an issue. I can't tell, but
Yeah, it's a developer's version from GridHub.
yeah, this is the developers. I think we're gonna make it through midnight this time because I saw weather event the weather changed from cloudy. It must be a certain weather
you think
event
the player
that's not linking up in the beginning. Let's try going through one night. See what happens. Oops, wrong button. Nope, it's still locked up. Stupid game.
Right?
It always does that when you want to do a live stream. Even though I didn't even have to come close to loading it up this many times earlier. I guess that if we saved our game, let's see, documents, my games, Farming Simulator 2019, save game 7, Seasons XML. I got it on my other monitor while I'm crashing the game there. There's the forecast. For sure. I wonder if I can remove the forecast. Or, oh, there's the weather event. Event start day 1, end day 2, event. I wonder if I remove the weather events altogether from the save game, if it'll create new ones. I'm gonna try it, see what happens. I killed it.
You killed it.
I killed the weather events right out of my save game, so see what happens.
I can also give you the one version behind.
The one that worked?
No, the one, the 2. I'm pretty sure the 2 worked. Let me get you to that one. That way you're not screwing around.
Yeah, that's alright. Let's give this a try. If I get it working, let's see if the error comes up. Because this is a save game and it has no weather. Which it should add some. Yeah, I gotta switch that pop-up for the Trello board and get that off the stream. Because I'm not using that anymore. The goal was to get everything into one location so I don't have to look all over the place. Well, we got past where the weather events would have been loaded, and there was no error. I'm pretty sure we did. I just minimized because I was checking some stuff.
Did it work, or do I have to restore this old one and give it?
Hold on, I'm working on it. It's still booting up. I just minimized and it won't pop up until it's done loading right now. You're sitting here after surgery on your right knee watching streams? Hey! See now it didn't. I'm still getting the season's weather Lua.
Let me see what I'm doing here. And then I'll...
Attempt to local index a nil value, and not only that, I don't know if it'll go through midnight. Okay. Nope, froze right up.
All right, let me give you the other one.
Send me the other one. We'll try that.
Yep.
Does it still have the new menu?
Yep.
Okay. Was it more stable than this one?
Well, they've been stable for me the whole time.
They both have been. Yeah.
Because I'm not starting a new game.
Right, and that's where the problem's coming in. The new save game starts. You could drop it right into that folder. Here, I'll back up the one that I'm using right now. So that... I mean, I could go back to the other one. Technically, I probably... Do I have the other one? Yeah. Why don't I just go back to the original? You will notice the difference. This one just gives all the cool... We'll try yours, and if that doesn't work, I'll go back to the original, and we'll get the crummy stats view. So... I need to... delete that. Come down to my... I'm gonna put that one on my desktop. X-Man's getting me the latest one before this to see if that fixes the problem.
Yep.
Gonna drop it right in your folder?
Yep.
Good. I'll have it. Because here, see, X-Man's folder is live on my other desktop.
Alright.
So when it appears in there,
I have to actually close the game out because it's got to restore back to my folder. I just about threw it away.
oh no, don't throw it away. You had your torn meniscus repaired. That doesn't sound like fun. Blah. So what am I doing? I'm trying to get this to work correctly with seasons. I like the latest version, and I can get it to work, but it's that it does have the GitHub version. It does have an issue with the weather event handler on new save games. So right now, X-Man's giving me the previous version before that. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I had to restore it. Hold on.
Oh, you're restoring it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Make sure I don't get in the folder already. Oh. hopefully that should be 1.6.3.
There it is. See that? How that just popped right in there? So I'll copy that one. And we'll give that one a whirl. And if that doesn't work, I'll revert to the stable version.
0.6. It should be 0.6.
Whatever it is, I just grabbed it. I deleted save game 9 from Friday. I know, that's what I was hoping, but I realized I deleted it at some point. I think save game 9... I'm actually gonna delete save game 7 and start right from scratch on that one. Save game 9 doesn't have seasons. I do not think. It's only a 9 minutes long time played, so... I have so many tests and so many save games that
Yeah, there.
I have to delete them.
I'm hoping that is it, but I know this one is here. I
I'll let you
read it.
know.
Yeah, it's in the folder, but you just have to rename it. I got it 3.1. It was build.
Didn't you just give it to me?
No, I gave you build 3.2. This other one is build 3.1. I found the
yeah.
other 2 ones back. So
Oh, 2 back? Well, I'll go back to the one that's successful if it doesn't. If this doesn't work, the one that's actually released. If this one doesn't work, well, no, I'll know if it gives you the errors right off the bat with setting up the weather event handler. All I want is a nice happy stats. Watch it change everything that I had set up.
right.
So far, but it's working on its season setup right now. Am I holding my mouth right? Think so. I'm behaving myself tonight. Still loading. Oh, there it goes. Does not match the last event in the queue.
That was a brand new save game.
Yep. Which means that it probably won't get through midnight, but I'll try it again. Now, why would the start and end times... Well, yeah, there should not be anything. Question is, can it recover from that error? It does eventually. I don't know what makes it recover. I'm gonna fast forward and see if we crash, or if we get through midnight with this version. Look at the clouds fly by in there, though. That's pretty cool. There goes the sun down. All right, we're getting closer.
It's 100% Dave's.
See, it freezes right up at midnight if you have that error. So I'm going back to the stable version and seeing if that error is still there.
Yeah, try the stable version. Then
Yep.
you'll know for sure. I just answered Blazen's question for you.
What is he saying?
Yes, if Pleasant Valley was yours or someone else.
Pleasant Valley, I did kind of do that map
This one was from scratch.
from scratch. You can watch some of the videos online. Oh, on Industries or the regular one? Or this one? Industries. Go to plans for boats to go up to North Station? I'm not even sure.
I thought it did go to North Station. The boats did.
They're both Pleasant Valley. This is the regular Pleasant Valley. It doesn't go to the North Station. It goes because North Station, there is no plans, no, but it goes by it, I think. I don't have a port there. Wait, which one is the North Station? I can't even remember which one.
Oh, I know. This is on Valley. The North Station is up. Yeah, the
There's-
boats won't be able to reach that one anyway.
There's one boat.
Oh, that was far up north. It's along the road there by the water.
Oh, the one up in the top left? That's already
Yeah.
linked. Yeah, the boat goes there. There already is one of the boats that goes up there. I use it all the time. That's my main station. It did right from the beginning. Boat number, there's two boats. One does and one does not. It's been doing that since the release day. So if yours isn't going there, then you're using somebody else's version. One of them goes all the way around and hits all the stations. The other one only goes around the middle. So you could be in the wrong boat. Alright, we're loading up. I still don't see anything errors yet with the stable one.
Hairball just Googled it. If you change the season's length back and forth, it'll get it to change the weather. It'll probably work.
Change the season's link?
The season's length, like 6 day.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah.
You know what I just thought of though? I think that if we start it with this and put the other mod back in, we'll be okay.
Yeah, you will. You'll be perfectly fine.
So we need to start it with this version.
Mm-hmm. Just like I did.
Just like it, yep. So, because we have no error. So it is definitely in that test version. So we should probably fast forward, get a weather event in here. Written into the season's log or something. I don't know how that works. Then put the other version back in because they have better stats. And I'll show you the difference. We'll put the duck pen down first.
Just get through midnight first.
Yep. I don't think we're gonna have a problem this time because this is the stable version. All right, so we load up. No errors in the log on the stable. Go through one day. Well, I really don't want to go through a day at midnight. I want to have my ducks. Let me get my property so we can show you the menu before we bring up the next version. There we go. And why not test it with the current version, you know? I'll do so I'm gonna go over to my animal dealer and buy my ducks. Jump in the right trigger, it always helps, but I didn't. There we go. Now you could already see one major thing.
Yeah, the whole animal thing is different.
You don't see... You do not see the weight in decimals, so it pretty much is 0 pounds until it hits 1 pound. And that was one of the things that I really needed during testing to get a better idea. So the ducks come in. Let's see. I always try to run over there. Can't get through the fence. You still have your, in this version, your ducks over here at 0 pounds. And the food and water conditions and all that is just ducky. Let me load it up. And we'll go through one day. Actually, let's save it. I'm going to replace the mod so we can see it. We should be able to... Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fast forward one day. Get it through midnight. Why? Because I'm going to show you the difference in a day's worth of ducks without food versus with food. When we come back in on the other end, you'll be able to see it better. And also to make sure we can get through midnight here. We had a weather event, so that's good to know. Synchronizing. Okay. Synchronizing. Then we'll load up the other mod with the better stats. We're into a new day. Before we go there, you can see we have 0 pound ducks that are at 37% health. We almost killed them in one day because they're newborns. Okay, let's go get the other one and see if it works now. Which I have on the desktop here. I almost killed my ducks, not feeding them. I'm gonna let them die. How cruel. I'm just gonna let them die.
After you got them in a row?
After I got them in a row. Gonna copy that one back in here. That's the latest unstable version. Load it up. Prepare to launch. I almost killed my ducks in one day. I didn't give them water or food. Is that cruelty to animals? Please link up to the weather event. Handler shouldn't have an error now. What we do for science, yeah. So if you want to use the unstable versions of seasons, just start your game with the previous version and you won't have any trouble until they get that fixed. I don't even know if they're aware of it. It's over there.
I'll have to write.
Because they might be doing what everybody else does and continuing on with a previous save game, you know?
Yep.
Which the error doesn't pop up. So we should be okay. Once it's done loading. There it goes. All right, load it in. It's dark out. We've got to go forward a little bit more. Let's get to some daylight. Then jump down to our duckies. We're gonna buy a second pen after I'm done killing these ducks. Okay. I'm gonna come over here. Now we can see those ducks that we had in this menu, which gives you a much better, see, now you can tell that it's a, one day it's a 0.4 pound ducks, and American Pelicans are a little bit higher with 0.5. American Blacks are still 0.4. They're newborns with a lousy health because we were going to kill them off. Let me put a regular animal pen in here. Another one, another duck enclosure. We'll just set it right over here. And that one, we're gonna go get some animals for it. And that's alright, so it's duck enclosure 1 apparently. Doesn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Somewhere around 10. I'm just clicking like a crazy person.
Yes, it only does one. No, you can do more than one type, right?
What?
Clemens? Are you there? Or you just
No, he said no. He's not there. What do you mean, one type of cargo?
Yeah, you can load it up with one and then. Yeah.
It depends. It has to be. I think I know what he's talking about. It has to be the same pallet size.
Yes.
And some of them, they're broken down into different sizes now. But you can do multiples of the same. Like if you're doing medium pallet size, you can put as many different size medium pallets on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did I not get my water trailer yet? No, I didn't. I gotta purchase that. All right. Get some of my food in. We could start off with the wheat. That would be fine. I'm gonna get these. Should I let those ducks die? Yeah, we'll let them. We'll see how long it takes for them to die. It's a test I never did. I never purposely killed off my ducks. It is not going to work on the... Oh, the download link for the construction pack 2.0 is not working on the PV mod site? Ah, that should work on the PV mod site.
I just did it.
So did I. I downloaded it.
So we got 2 people that did it.
And it was super fast.
Yes, it is. Whoa, I'm reading text and driving all off the road. See, my driving problem is that I read while driving. I glance over. That's why I always crash. Now, unfortunately, because it's not a global company mod, I couldn't make the duck pond fill up with water but when it rains. Would have been cool. But also would have been, it doesn't take much water, so I guess it would have been pointless. Oh, I'm gonna kill those ducks. Alright, we've got our ducks, our healthy ducks, and our dead ducks. Now I'm gonna save before I go any further, just to make sure. You calling the ASBC? Alright. Alt S. There's our dead ducks, gonna die pretty soon. There's all our 0.3 pound ducks. Brand new, all fed. Health starts at 80%. Let's go. Let's go to the next day and we'll see what happens. We're creating eggs. I'm sure the ones down there aren't creating anything because we've been so mean to them. They are. They're creating. But definitely probably not at the speed the other ones are. You know what else I'm missing? I'm not hearing their sounds correctly yet. Alright, synchronizing. Please wait. What the heck is that, say Mad Max? It's in a different language. He's getting a HTTP error 400.
That's weird because
Okay. My guess is he has to refresh his browser, clean out his cache file or something because it's a different link. When we post it up on there, I don't think. All right. So let me go back to that real quick. I think we can go double check it. Da 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 da. PV community. I'll refresh my page. I'm gonna go to my FS19
Mad Max, check your whisper.
mod packs. Construction pack 2.0. Go to download. Download 98 megabyte file. It's gonna pop up this. Click save and it's downloading. So I just downloaded it right from the website. So if it's not doing that for you, you might have another issue. Alright, over to my animals. We are, oh yeah, we can't do it in that menu anymore. So, here's my ducks here without food at 0.5 pounds and almost dead, 8% health. They're all going to disappear the next day. They're not growing. But after one day, our healthy ducks doubled in weight in one day. It's 0.3 to or actually it's 30 days, remember that. But they're still 0.1 years newborns, 0.6 pounds for the American Blacks and the Khaki Campbells, and the American Pelican Ducks are at 0.7. So you can see there's a little bit of a growth change between the species of those ducks. And I'm gonna go another day in the life of the duck. Synchronize it. Watch all the other ducks be gone. My guess is they should be dead or gone close. Let me get to daylight. Which is, I think, pretty cool that you can kill your ducks off in 3 days if you don't feed them. And they're new. Ah, they're still here. Let's see what it says now for our ducks. They are at 2%. They're definitely going to die the next day. However, now we're up at the 0.9 and these here, and 1.1 on the American Pelicans. They're growing a little bit fast. The bigger duck. They're the meat ducks, remember. The American Pelicans are the meat ducks, so if they're healthy and all fed, and they have their water, then you are in that one little block. I thought I got rid of it. See, it's a placement thing. I'll have to fix that. I noticed on this pen, there's a piece that pops up if it's too close. It's supposed to be hidden under the ground, which it is here. So you can see that they're growing. I think we're gonna have some dead ducks by the next day, which is actually, this is a 9-day season. Plopping in eggs. One of the things too is